All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ethical K, and you are welcome to my YouTube page. The purpose of this page is really to document my cybersecurity journey. I've been actively being a cybersecurity practitioner and enthusiast since 2018. That's right around the time I relocated back to the United States from Lagos, Nigeria. Back there, I was actually more of a music producer and video content producer, but that's a whole another story. But if there's anybody in the community who actually creates music as well, please feel free to get in contact with me and we can see if we can possibly collab or something like that. But that's not what we're here for. We are here to talk about Nmap and Nmap scanning. Now, before we begin with exactly what an Nmap scan is, I want us to focus just a little bit on the 5 phases of penetration testing or ethical hacking. And I must say, anything that you see me doing on here is strictly for educational purposes only. I do not advocate for anybody to go perform any illegal acts with any of the information I am providing. Back to the original topic of the 5 phases of penetration testing. Now, they are reconnaissance, scanning and enumeration, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering your tracks. And in another video, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about each of these phases, but for what we are here for, which is Nmap, Nmap falls under the second phase of penetration testing, which would be scanning and enumeration. Okay, so I think it goes without saying that the more information that can be gathered on a target, the more power is afforded to you as an attacker. So when a computer runs a network service, for you to connect to that service, you need to go through a port. Ports are necessary for making multiple network requests or if you're having multiple services available. So for instance, let's take a quick look at this using my device. So you see all these tabs right here? I'm connected to how many, I'm not even sure how many, let's just say I'm using 10. So I'm connected to 10 different web servers, but all through one device and all through one browser. And the best way to describe this is this image right here. So we have tryhackme.com over here. We have, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but we have another website, and then we have google.com. Now, if you notice, they are all connected to port 443, which is the assigned port for all HTTPS connections. So now let's go back to my example. If I had all 10 running and it was to be displayed on this page, there'll be about 7 more servers added to this, but it's still only one device. Now that's because for any computer device, you have about, I believe, 65,535 available ports for you to connect to other devices. So from my one device, I'm opening up a random port. So I'm opening up port 62,534 to connect to port 443 on tryhackme.com. The same device will generate another random port, in this case port 42,967, to connect to the port 443 of the name of this website that I'm still having trouble pronouncing. Same thing goes right here. Another port is open for the port 47,523 to connect to port 443 of google.com. And again, I'm connecting to port 443 because I'm going via the HTTPS. Let's say I was going through just regular HTTP, it would be port 80. So again, the ports are really important when it comes to trying to connect to your trying to connect to your target. Not too many port scanners offer the functionality that the Nmap offers, especially with a scripting engine that allows you to create and customize different scripts for stronger enumeration. One definite help tool that I would suggest always check is the Nmap-help, and you can just navigate through, and here's the syntax. Navigate through this, you can put that H or that help, and there you go. Let's actually increase this, and so you see right here, I'm going to go right back up, but you see this right here. This is a page that nmap.org has provided for anybody who's trying to learn some more about or practice some of their scans. You can go ahead and scanme.nmap.org. It provides you with different servers. Well, it provides you with a vulnerable server for you to practice port scanning. Now, in the next video, I'm going to go into what these little, you see these -V dash capital A. These are called Nmap switches. In the next video, we're going to a little bit more detail about what some of these switches mean. But if you go right up here, everything you need to really find out about Nmap and switches and its usage is right here. So you see usage, you put in Nmap, you put in the kind of scan type you're looking for, options, if there's any kind of target specifications, if there are any kind of threads or arguments, they're going to go into that. And those will come later as we're doing more and more things with script engines. But let's take a quick look. What do we have in here that's interesting? All right, so we have that -ss. This is for the stealth scans. We have the ST. This will pull up all TCP protocols. And also another thing I want to touch into is the difference between intrusive and aggressive scans. You can do some scans where you don't really need to connect to a particular server, but for a lot of some of the scans we'll be doing, like for this right here, -A, I believe this is for aggressive scans. And for this, you're going to make a connection with your target server, pretty much enabling the 3TCP handshake. So you want to be careful with the kind of scans you're trying to do, especially when you're just starting out and practicing. Again, I wouldn't advise anybody to do this on or perform these scans on a server that you do not have permission to, because again, a lot of these are just for educational purposes. But that is all for today. I will suggest please go to nmap.org, get some more information, pull up the Nmap in your Kali Linux, and pull up the help or the manual pages. Great resource. I will be back with the next video, which should be talking about Nmap switches. Thank you very much for your time.